So we're here on the first day, we're ready to go outside, get campers pumped up. We just want it to feel more like camp and less like school, so this is a great way to do it.
Our group name is Miss M's Maniacs, and we're hoping that we get the spirit sick for the week.
And it's been cool. It seems like school, but it's not the real school. It's like you're learning something at the same time laughing about it. And then you're meeting other people, seeing your friends from your other school. It's great.
I think that Summer Dreamers is the funnest place for youth with the summer. If you don't really have nothing to do with the summer, you can come here. Feels like both camp and school. The mornings like school, so we can help keep us up for the PSSA.
When you look at this and it's camp, and the kids are doing chants and they're having talent shows, and you know their whole attitude is just completely different. They don't feel like it's school. You know, they're coming in and they're actually having fun while they're learning.
That maybe means sitting down, playing games, educational games with the kids, not sitting in rows, not a teacher standing in front of the classroom lecturing. Very interactive. We have PowerPoints and video cameras so the students can work on projects together. So we definitely wanted it to be a high energy.
Today in class we learned that we are going to be making a movie about the city, and that we're going to do research and actually get to use the cameras and videotape it.
Which is doing a lot of research. They're taking all this information and loading it up onto the computer and having some type of PowerPoint or maybe using Movie Maker to show off their skills and to show off their hot spot.
We get to read books, books like Friendle, Crooked, Kind of Perfect. There's stories that you never read, and you get to enjoy books that you never read.
And this is our focus novel.
We made a rap.
We made a rap to go with our focus novel, and here it goes like this. Griffin and Ben had a little plan.
Dear Time, we do that about 3 times a week, maybe more. Sometimes the kids want to do it, and each week they have a set number of pages they have to read. But I know a lot of my kids are already done with their books, so we actually give them more books to read.
With Word Warrior, we're learning the words, we're learning the definitions, and we're doing that through various activities.
We did a garbage can activity where students pulled different things out of a literal garbage can, and they looked at them and they made inferences or guesses about who might be throwing these things away.
They read to each other to bring up their speed and accuracy. There is a vocab person who picks out words that they don't know or think that other people in their group won't know, and they'll look it up in the dictionary and they'll share those words. So the students are really facilitating the literature circle. We just sit in to make sure they're on the right track.
There are some students that all they want to do is fluency. They want to increase their scores. They really feel good about, you know, making a change within themselves and recognizing, okay, this is my score and I want to do better at this.
When I was in 4th grade, my vocabulary, part of the test was around basic.
What about now?
Now I have more better understanding my vocabulary words.
Coming here, it's reinforced every single day. So they're not losing anything, and when they go back in September, whenever they need to highlight the main ideas, they're going to remember, oh, we did this in Summer Dreamers, it's this, and they'll just highlight exactly what they need to.
I got to learn new words like insist, fortunate, and obnoxious, annoying, urgent, and stuff like that. And they're good words to use, and I try and use them when I'm out of school and sometimes when I'm in school. And when I do use them in school, I get promise tickets.
We have a token economy, so kids get promise dollars, and they get them for a lot of different activities, whether they are caught doing something good or something academic. And students then use those promise dollars to go ahead and go shopping every Friday. And they buy college items that were donated by local colleges, sweatshirts and pennants and mugs and water bottles. The Promise Paycheck is really teaching them lots of things, not only those social, character, and academic habits, but it's also teaching them the value of saving or spending your money. If you don't have the skills that you need to get the good grades, you're going to get them at Summer Dreamers.
That gives you a chance to work towards the promise. It gives you a chance to work towards college. It gives you a chance to grow up and be somebody and do something and have a college degree to do it with.
So these camps, when we first heard about them, we felt they were a great opportunity to keep the kids engaged through the summer, give them a good learning environment, but also let them have some fun. And it gave us a chance to, talk to 12 or 1,500 kids that we may not have gotten to talk to give the kids a little inspiration to do well in school, to understand that education is probably the most important thing that they can do right now.
And basically, they're giving you money so you can have that money to give to your college, whatever college you're going to, and get that education you need.
I mean, I would go back to the morning, but like by the time it's 12 o'clock, it's like, I know it's snack time, but we got a couple more hours to go. And I'm like, I need to get moving. I don't want to sit in the seat. I need to go to crime.
While the literacy is extremely important, we wanted the afternoons to be what was bringing and drawing the students and the campers in. So we really looked at what kind of activities would students enjoy.
Most of them are coming in and they've never done any of this. And that's something for me, like working with the camp, that I'm most excited about. We'll have a week of fishing and geocaching, and we're going to do some rock climbing. And then there's going to be a week of kind of outdoor leadership, and where the kids are we're going to switch roles, and I'm going to go on their trips and they're going to lead me. Some of them are going to be going to high school soon, some of them are just starting middle school. When those leadership opportunities emerge, they've got a lot of potential here to do a lot of really great things.
We found a lot of these students are already doing this at home or somewhere where they can't be seen. And we want people to see them. We want people to see their gifts and their talents and abilities, and we want them to use their gifts to do something and to give back to their peers. And so since hip hop has such a major influence on youth across the country and even in other countries, we felt like it was a great way for students to communicate to other students about positive mental and physical health and just making the right decisions and doing the right thing,
We have 5 groups. So there's dancers, which is what I do, hip hop, dance. And then there's visual artists that would teach them hip hop inspired things to paint, create, draw, express. And they created the logo. These kids are making beats, and then there's kids that rap. So it's all different kids working together, and there's a show at the end.
My name is Elijah Boxley. This song...
We practiced so hard and went through a lot of stuff. We made up all of the dances. Started making the dances probably about the second day. On the first day, we just talked it out, and they told us the plan. As soon as they told us that we were going to be performing at Kappa, we were like, oh snap. And by the time you know, these steps are like, they're really good. Once we were finished with that, we started our CDs, and the rappers, they had to rap for about 3 days to make their recordings. And then actually on Thursday, they went to a recording studio and they recorded their raps. I don't know what to say. It's just so...
She now looks like she's bursting too. What are you bursting about?
I can't stop smiling.
What are you guys doing?
Taking off the rust. Pre-Ride is a collective organization, and so we really emphasize cooperation and teamwork with the youth. That seems to be a really important thing for them to learn at this age too. Not only does it expose kids to riding bikes and community around riding bikes, but also mechanics. If they like it, if they're good at it, and if they receive a lot of encouragement. It's nice when I'm like, okay, who's ready to go work on their bottom brackets? And everyone's like, yeah, me! That's a really good feeling, because, I mean, that day before they got there, they didn't even know what a bottom bracket was.
If Summer Dreamers were to continue this year in and year out, I believe that the PSA scores will actually go up. I think students will continue to learn, and I just think it will be a really good overall process that needs to continue for our students.